I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Got diamonds dancing on my neck. That is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit. Who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. If you ain't talking money, don't talk to me. I be over here where the bosses be. Pockets on thick, cause I eat my greens. Way too hot, 3,000 degrees. No pictures, please. Cameras flashing, I'm VIP, I'm a big deal. My life a movie, I'm the one they wanna be still. And I'm a queen, yeah. Keep it real, yeah. I keep my circle tighter than the earring piercing. I look like a bag of money I'm on. They wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode in effect, and my money long. And they all wanna come to my yard, ice me out and leave me alone. You know I be popping off, switching lanes, swiping cars. They throwing them bags at me, cause obviously I am a star. Run up a check with me, I'll make it rain, I got the funds. That's what I do for fun, I know that you want some. So stop playing games and go run and get you some. I got beauty and brains, I ain't no plain Jane. Cost a lot to maintain, but it ain't a thing. Let's be for real, I'm way too cute to be broke, had to fix it. I'm the captain of the ship, pulling my weight like I'm into fitness. All about my business, feeling myself, I get a witness. A1 treatment like a mistress, dunking on him, I don't miss. I look like a bag of money I'm on, they wanna know what I'm on. Diamonds dancing on my neck, that is the vibe I'm on. Way too lit, who gon' check? You can tell me none. Boss mode.
Control collapse, so we're almost at the end of this piece. Got back from the chair, the first thing I'm doing is making sure that punty has about 4 or 5 seconds to make sure it doesn't just drop the vase on the floor. So we're now heating up the top third of the neck. And I'm just going to go back to the chair and start to leverage it open. Very last bit is this controlled collapse. I'm going to flare this lid right out to a disc using centrifugal force. This technique is done on lampshades, bowls, vases. So making sure the whole piece is hot, then coming back out and heating up just the lid. I'm using centrifugal force, and as it's softening, it's going to start to widen. As it gets hotter, if I turn it too quickly, it will just get wider and wider and wider. And if I turn it too slow, it will buckle and collapse. So I'm going to get it just the right speed, right temperature, come out and hang it. And then it flutes down. So I'm just going to hold it like that now until they start to solidify. And I've got 4 flutes, which is what I want, at least 4 or 5 flutes. 3 doesn't look right. So it all depends on how hot you get it and how thin the walls are. So we go to this my little fluted glass. Disconnect this punty now. So tapping around the very edge of that punty just to weaken it a bit. And then off it goes. It's a slight sharp edge, so we'll melt the sharp edge away. These blemish, this is called a punty mark. There we go. So it's about 700 degrees at the moment. That's going to go in the oven now, and I'll see it again tomorrow morning. The oven is just under 500 degrees, and everything that we make has to go through the annealing process. We're literally not allowed to sell it unless it's been annealed. So as it's cooling down, it's going to strap us into my drink, and then I'll get straight into the next one. Yeah, after that. Now have to drink in between, otherwise I'll forget, and the moment you start, you have to finish. Yeah, it depends how hot it is. It's quite hard to judge depending on the colour. It always goes red hot, obviously, at a certain colour at a certain point, but if you get it too hot and you pull it, it just goes really thin. So when I was doing the calabashes, you have to sort of wait for a moment, then pull it. It's all timing. It's literally everything about it. It's coordination, but it's timing more than anything. It's extremely tricky to learn how to do something quick enough. Like the swans, you have to do all the pulls, get everything done before you pull the neck out. But if you take too long, if you try and pull the neck out, it pulls the whole body out of shape. So refining the timing is without doubt the hardest part. All of these bits, they do take a bit of learning. The jacks are very versatile there. But with the tweezers, you'd be amazed. You can literally go down to just the tip and pull out a hair thin strand of glass. And by the time you lifted it, it's cooled down and you can let go of it and just snap up. It's really quite weird. So you can, depending on how far down you're pinching, and also you wouldn't pinch twice from the same area. So if I pull up there, the next one I'll pull that way. These will start pulling out. And if you touch twice in the same area, it could crack there. So there's a lot of little things like that you have to learn. They are warm now. Ideally, you would want to warm your tools. You don't want to touch them when they're cold. There's certain things you might just hold it there a couple of seconds and then go on. Things like these, when you're going to go trim around the top, that starts to solidify the glass. The vibrations it's causing will cause it to fall off. It's happened many times. I then learned, don't do that. It's very frustrating because there are so many little variables, so you can only learn one or two of them at a time. If something's going wrong and you don't know why it's going wrong. The first one I did today ended up in the bin. Everything else so far has been alright, but I'm on my 5th year now. It's about 5 to 7 years to learn everything in the shop. That's 40 hours a week. It will take months just to do what Andy's doing now and get the glass out. It's really tricky. You can get a bit of glass out, but it needs to be the right size. Just getting that glass out is like getting honey onto a chocolate. It's quite tricky. It's so hot there, you can't stand there for too long messing around. You need to go in, get it, and move out of the way. It's quite hard. So I was watching videos and reading 100 degrees Celsius. There we go. See how muddy that is. If I'm not turning it, it will just fall off the end. And if I'm turning it too quickly, it's just going to widen out to a disc. So you have to turn it at the correct speed for how hot it is. So I'm going to start to shape it, squash it down, squeeze it off the iron. Point the ends a little bit. So all of this glass is waste. That waste will all be reused. We make all of our fridge magnets out of it, we make beads. We use the beads on the children's rings, we use that on the little spoons. And all of the other waste will be melted back down in that far furnace. So these colours is the other thing. All these colours is just coloured glass. Some people look at it across the room and they think it's coloured sands. But it's coloured glass, coloured with different metal oxides. And the metals that they use to colour it would be something like a tin oxide would be white, cobalt, I'm sure everyone knows is blue. You've got seleniums for red, cadmium to yellow, chromium to green. So it's exactly the same glass that we're using in the furnace, except they've added those metal oxides or nitrates to it. So some of these metals are reasonably expensive, so therefore, obviously, some of these colours are considerably more expensive than other ones. They will react very differently in the temperature. So the one that I'm doing at the moment is a mixture of 5 different colours. It's not so bad. But blue glass is quite tricky because it cools down very quickly. And a yellow glass is also tricky because it holds its heat for a long time. So if I move the heat into the vase a little bit, and I came out trying to stretch it by swinging it, with this yellow, there's a good chance that it could keep on stretching until it hits the floor. I say that from experience. So once this colour's melted in, I'll be able to put a small bubble inside there, a little pre-bubble, if you like. It's going to diamond tip the end. I'm going to heat it in again, yeah? Just get the shape there where I want it. So you can blow a bubble into this like free-blowing by holding it to your mouth and just blowing while turning it. I just do a technique called pumping out. I'm just going to pump the end of the iron and trap the air pressure inside. So I'm going to cool down the end. I don't want the bubble to go right the way through. So the side's now the hot half. Blow. I'll funnel the end. Keep it turning, and that's just going to round up. There we go. Give that a stretching the bubble away from the end of the iron. And that's that part done. Straighten it up a bit. And close it down.